All right, there is a trade rumor out there that I think the Cleveland Browns at least have to entertain. And the Eagles are now talking about how they are going to possibly move on from Hassan Reddick this season. They owe him a ton of money. They can save some money by getting out of his contract. And the question we have to ask is, should the Cleveland Browns be a team that should start looking into pursuing him? See right here on Browns Wire, they are asking the exact same question, and we can go see a couple of different things. It looks like Reddick's time with the Eagles is coming to a close. Could the Browns be interested after the trade rumors? All right, so we know Zadarius Smith is hitting free agency. We know that if the team doesn't attempt to re-sign him, it would make sense to go with Reddick because he's a good player. Here's the problem, and this is where this goes. If Andrew Berry has a strong relationship with Howie Roseman in Philly, okay, which could mean he gives his old friend a call and get the veteran. So what would this trade look like? That's what you want to know. We've talked about how your team is cap-strapped. We've talked about all those things. If you're not familiar with this channel, we're Lions fans, but we love the NFL and teams that the national media ignores. We feel a kinship with the Browns fans, Erie brothers, and so we like talking about this stuff. I don't necessarily understand this idea. It says right here you can never have enough pass rushers. I agree. And it's hard to argue that the Browns wouldn't get better if they acquired Reddick. The one thing that could cause the Browns to hesitate is the $14.5 million base cap number for him. So let's first start there. Here is Reddick's contract. If he stays with the Eagles, all right, he makes $21 million against the cap. That's what it is against the cap. But as you can see, they have a bunch of void years here at the end. Just a ton of void years. And this is something that GMs are starting to do that absolutely drives me insane. And basically what they're doing is they are just counting on the salary cap to go up every single year. But not only are they counting on the salary cap to go up every year, all right, they're also just saying, we don't have money now, so we're just going to pay you even though you're gone. So he has a cap hit of, if I'm doing my math right here, close to $15 million over 3 years after he's gone, that he's still getting charged on the Eagles' part. So, yes, would it be less for you, $14.5 million? Yes, it would be less for you. All right? Now, here's what they also say. Reddick is also the same style of player as what the Browns already have in Ogbo Okoronkwo. All right, though having multiple players like that isn't a bad thing. In the end, Reddick is still an elite pass rusher. Okay, let's just skate right over that for a second, that they're similar players. So here's what I want to do in the next portion of this video. I want to talk about, are they similar players? Let's have that conversation. And then I want to talk about the salary cap implications and what it looks like for Ogbo Okoronkwo. And it'll be an example of why I hate this kicking the can down the road and doing void years. So first, let's look at the contract. Ogbo Okoronkwo. Okay, he signed a 3-year, $19 million contract. The problem is, during the time that he's here, 2, 6, and we'll even call it 11, 12 million of that 19 million isn't even accounted for while he's playing. All right, while he's playing. So you're going to pay him the 4.1. If you get out of this thing, you have to pay him $8 million this year, and then you have to start paying all of this. Look at all this money. Look at all this money that's tied up in void contracts. So now let's ask ourselves the question, are they the same player? All right? Okoronkwo has played 5 seasons in the NFL. 3 for the Chargers, 1 with the Texans, 1 now with the Browns. All right, in that time, now he's had 5 sacks each of the last 2 years. All right, that's why he's getting paid a little bit of money. He's never had more than 5 sacks in a season. This year with the Browns, he had 5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 25 hurries. All right? That's what his numbers were. Hassan Reddick, on the other hand, just in case anybody was wondering, had 13 sacks, 13 QB hits, 41 quarterback hurries. You can't sit here and tell me they're similar players. They're not. All right? I understand that they're about the same age. They're about the same size. They're about the same weight. Like, all those things are absolutely true. All right? The difference is that Hassan Reddick, and I'm not saying where you're drafted matters, was drafted round 1, pick 13. Okay? He was round 1, pick 13. He ran a 4.5 at the combine. He has better athletic ability, and he has been an elite player. He has proven that he can consistently rack up double-digit sacks. By the way, last year I told you he had 13 sacks. The year before that, 18. The year before that, 15 for Carolina. The year before that, 13 for the Cardinals. You can't sit here and tell me that they're the same player. No, they're not. All right, Hassan Reddick, he's 29 years old. He'll be 30 next year. Obviously, that's how math works. But if you find a way to move money around, that's not bad because you can get Hassan Reddick at a cheaper price, 14.5. You don't take on all his void years. And if you're me, I'm taking him and I'm saying, okay, all right, we're going to move this out and we're going to move this backwards. You restructure the deal where you're paying him about $14-15 million annually as he's getting older, right? If you would take that over 3 years or so, and then you can move that backwards a little bit because that's the way Andrew Berry does things. It's not the way I would do things. I like to pay everything right up front. I like to evenly spread out a contract. If I have a 4-year, $40 million contract, I want to give them $10 million every single year. Every single year. Yes, it hurts more this year, but in year 4, when a player is almost undoubtedly a worse player, it is a better percentage of cap comparatively because the cap has gone up. He's still making $10 million. That's how I like to do contracts. But the problem is you have GMs that find themselves consistently in a position where they're needing to shed money. They're needing to put money and they're needing to throw it down the line. And they need to throw it down the line because they threw it down the line before. And it's just a vicious cycle. And then you have the people who are like, hey, the salary cap's not real. You can always find a way around it. You just restructure some contracts. And you will see this coming from the Browns this year. They have to. But salary cap is real. Like, it is real. It's like saying a budget at your home isn't real. Like, if you have a salary that you make at your job, you only have so much money. Now, you can borrow money for a mortgage. You can put a car on a loan. You can borrow money off a credit card. You can do all those things, but eventually you're going to have to pay for them with interest. And that's what void years are to me. They're interest. It's just money that you're paying for nothing. So get out of here with the void years. And if you hung on till 8:40, as you know, that's how long we've been going in this video. Now you get to see how I truly feel about void years. I think they stink. I think they're garbage. And I wish no GMs would do it. I wish Barry wouldn't do it. He's got it all over the place. Brad Holmes with my Lions has started to do it. I'm like, please don't go down that path, Brad. Please don't go down that path. It kills you in the future. So anyways, that's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you understand where we're coming from with the trade stuff. All right. See you.